Hi, Sue Taylor. I appreciate you bringing up water. We have an initiative that's coming on the ballot in June of 2015 that prioritizing having a water management plan on top of nearly everything else that you're doing. So I think that would be really good. If it helps to motivate people, they should probably just vote for this initiative because it will create a priority of the things that people have been saying over all the time I've ever lived in the county, what our priorities really are. And, one of them is retaining our historic nature, and especially on a lot of these old historic mining towns. My fear is that projects are moving forward and you keep putting design standards on the back burner. People talk about the pink panda. We need to move forward so we don't have the pink panda. But it's ironic that the county had already spent $80,000 to do a design guideline for Missouri Flat that didn't include the look of the pink panda, but the county allowed it anyway. So we have guidelines that they're not mandatory by law. People are asking for standards on some of these critical areas. Right now, you've got a dollar store that's coming down on a historic Main Street in Georgetown, and you don't have any guidelines to really prevent that. The only thing that's going to prevent that is if you don't merge the parcels and if you retain a historic building guideline that's in your guidelines that you have at the county. And I don't know if this county is willing to do that. But these projects are coming forward, and my fear, I'm watching our mill get torn down. That mill, to me, was one of the most economically viable things for the area of Camino and Pollock Pines. But it's being rapidly torn down. Most of those buildings are over 50 years old. You have a policy in the historic guidelines in the general plan that says those have to go through an environmental process before they're torn down. We asked the county to step up and require them to do that. You have historic buildings that were built without any hardware that have been just radically pulled down without any documentation. The process in your own general plan is to document those historical elements before they're destroyed. Probably because I've spoke today, SBI is going to try to move faster before anybody even contemplates doing something. So I would suggest you move forward. We're talking about mainly our historic areas. And I've experienced it firsthand when the city issued, this is different than the county, but they issued a demo permit for the most historic building that we have in El Dorado County, and that's the Hangman Building that I now own. And we stood up and challenged that. And I ended up buying the building because somebody said, if you want to fix it, then buy it yourself. So we did. So I'm sincere about retaining some of the things that mean so much to these communities. And I'm watching projects now just file up to the counter, and you still don't have design standards to protect these historic communities. And move it up. Thanks.
Thank you, Sue.